Have you ever dreamed about waking up to the sound of waves instead of traffic, stepping out onto your balcony and seeing the sun rise over blue and white rooftops, while realizing your monthly rent is lower than what you paid back home just for parking? That's Greece in a nutshell. It's a country where ancient ruins sit next to lively cafes, where your daily lunch might be fresh seafood caught that morning, and where your biggest stress might just be choosing between the islands for your next weekend getaway. But how much does it actually cost to live here? Today, we're looking at what it costs to live in Greece in 2025, whether you're a solo remote worker making Zoom calls from your balcony or a family with two kids, one in kindergarten and one in school. And don't worry, I'll keep this fun and light, because budgets don't have to be boring. Let's go step by step. Housing, where your new life begins. Let's start with rent, because let's be honest, it's usually your biggest bill. If you're on your own, looking for a one-bedroom in a smaller Greek town, maybe near the coast, but not on a world-famous Instagram island, you're looking at 300 to 400 euros a month. That's about what some people pay for their gym membership back in big cities. And I don't mean the fancy gym with a pool, I mean the one with flickering lights and a treadmill from 2004. Now, if you want to live in Athens or on one of the more famous islands, your rent will be higher. Think 600 to 800 euros for something similar. But you're also paying for views that make your friends back home jealous on every Zoom call. Families, of course, need more space. For a family of four, expect to pay 700 to 1,000 euros for a 2 or 3 bedroom apartment. Even at the high end, that's still far below what many families pay in Northern Europe or major U.S. cities for much smaller places. One pro tip: if you sign a year-long lease, you often get better deals, and if you're willing to live a little outside the tourist hotspots, prices drop even more. Utilities and internet, because comfort matters. Living in Greece also means lower utility bills. The mild winters save you from giant heating costs, though. Yes, summers can get warm, and you might want air conditioning. A single person can expect to spend 100 to 120 euros a month for electricity, water, and gas combined. For a family, it's a little more, 150 to 190 euros, but still manageable. Internet is solid and affordable, with high-speed plans around 30 euros per month. A mobile phone plan might cost 10 to 20 euros depending on how much data you use. And yes, you can binge watch your favorite shows without worrying about going over your limit. Food, the Greek secret to happiness. If you've never been to Greece, let me tell you, the food alone might convince you to move. Fresh vegetables, olives, local cheese, seafood, and those bakery smells that make you feel like carbs are a love language. A solo expat can live well on 250 to 350 euros a month for groceries, cooking most meals at home. Add in the occasional night out, and you're still well under what many people spend in colder countries where fresh produce comes from a warehouse. A family of four, with kids who think snacks are a lifestyle, will spend 700 to 900 euros on groceries and some dinners out. And if you eat like a local, meaning fresh market produce, simple home cooking, and the occasional taverna, you'll eat better and spend less than you might expect. Oh, and eating out? It's a bargain compared to most Western countries. A casual meal might be 10 to 15 euros, a coffee around 3 euros, and a big plate of souvlaki with fries, still just a few euros. Transport, getting around without going broke. Transportation in Greece is one of those pleasant surprises. In smaller towns, many people walk or bike everywhere, free exercise and zero gas bills. If you're taking public transport, 20 to 40 euros a month will cover your needs as a solo expat. A family with 2 adults commuting or exploring might spend around 100 euros. Public transport is simple and cheap. In Athens, for example, a monthly pass is only about 30 euros. Taxis are affordable for occasional trips, and ferries, while not daily expenses, are worth mentioning if you plan to explore the islands. Ferry trips can range from 30 to 70 euros one way, depending on the distance, but that's more about adventure than daily cost. car owners? Yes, gas is expensive, around €2 a liter, and there are taxes and insurance. But many expats find they don't need a car at all, which is a nice change if you're coming from somewhere car-dependent. Healthcare. Staying healthy without losing your savings. Greece has a public healthcare system, and if you qualify, you can access it at little to no cost. But many expats choose private insurance to avoid long wait times and have access to English-speaking doctors. For a single person, private insurance might cost €40 to €50 a month. For a family, €100 to €150 is enough for a solid plan. The great news? Kids' care is well covered, so you won't be hit with surprise bills every time someone catches a cold. Education, big win for families. If you've got kids, you'll love this. Public schools in Greece are tuition-free, and even textbooks are free. Kindergarten, for younger kids, might have small fees, usually €100 to €200 a month for things like meals or extended care. Primary school, completely free. Of course, there are international and private schools, but they cost thousands of euros per year, and most expat families who want to keep costs down are perfectly happy with the public system. Entertainment and extras, because life should be fun. Here's the thing about Greece. Entertainment doesn't have to mean expensive nights out. Want to go to the beach? Free. Hiking? Free. Wandering around ancient ruins? Often free or very cheap. A solo expat might spend €100 a month on things like gym memberships, the occasional movie, or small weekend trips. Families? About €150 to €200, especially if your kids have sports or hobbies. And it's always smart to save a little each month, maybe €50 to €100 for those unexpected expenses. Because let's be honest, there's always something. The bottom line, what you'll actually spend. Let's put it all together. A solo expat living comfortably can expect to spend about €1,000 to €100 a month. That includes everything: rent, food, utilities, transport, and a social life. A family of 4 can live well for €2,000 to €2,200 a month, even with one child in kindergarten and one in school. Compared to many countries, that's a pretty sweet deal, and you get sunshine, Mediterranean food, and a slower pace of life as part of the package. If you've ever thought about changing your life, about stepping away from the 9-to-5 grind, hearing the ocean outside your window, and living a life where fresh fruit from the market and weekends at the beach are normal, then subscribe to this channel. We're here to show you what life abroad is really like and how to make it happen. Until next time, arrivederci, amici.